The thing is, most guys today have absolutely no idea what it means to attract a woman. And I'm not just talking about how to, get her number or how to get a date or anything. I'm talking about the deeper shit, the masculine energy, the traits that make a woman feel drawn to you naturally, and the stuff that builds genuine respect and attraction. Because without that, you're playing a game, you just don't know the rules to at that point, right? Attraction is a combination, though, of polarity, purpose, confidence, and independence, and a shit ton of other masculine traits. And here's the thing, if you don't have any of these in your own life first, you can't really project them, right? You can't fake the stuff long term. You can try, but eventually it comes in through your behavior, your tone, and your energy. Women, well, they'll pick up on it instantly and subconsciously. So let's talk about polarity first, because this is where a lot of guys completely misunderstand the whole concept. Polarity is basically the difference between masculine and feminine energy, and it's a spectrum, right? In a relationship, ideally the man is extremely masculine and the woman is extremely feminine. I've said this before and I'll say it again. That contrast is what makes things work. It's what keeps attraction alive. When you constantly revolve around a woman, obsess over her, cater to her moods, or just let her dictate your energy and attention, you're going to flip that polarity instantly. And now you're no longer the masculine anchor in a relationship. Now you're just the emotional support. Now, if we combine this with purpose, right? Purpose is everything, bro. If you don't have a mission in your life, something that lights you up every single day, then you are automatically weak in her eyes. Without purpose, you're just kind of moving along. You're just coasting. You don't really generate tension, attraction, or respect. You just generate boredom, quite frankly, in a woman. Here's where most guys trip up when I say this. They see women as the prize. They make the relationship the whole center and obsession of their life. And it feels nice at first, of course, but long term, it's honestly kind of toxic. When your whole life is about her validation, that attraction will flip. She'll sense it even subconsciously, and what happens when she senses that? Bro, she loses respect. And once respect is gone, attraction dies. Now, there is a way to gain attraction. I think I've actually talked about that in one of my previous videos. That is to gain attraction once you've lost that respect and attraction. But regardless, it's science, bro. The brain doesn't respond to someone who's needy or emotionally dependent in the same way that it does to someone who's self-directed, competent, and masculine. Dopamine circuits, reward pathways, it's all wired to create and crave polarity, novelty, and challenge. Confidence. And I don't mean the fake confidence that guys try to wear as a mask, right? Like, I go to the gym, I dress nicely, I smell nice. Like, yeah, that's good shit. Like, that you need that. That's essential. It's surface level, though. Real confidence is internal. It's knowing that your value as a man is independent of women, independent of validation, and independent of outcome. It's, waking up every day, doing your thing, and not hinging your self-worth on her attention. And again, the truth that most guys just don't want to hear, if you don't have these things, polarity, purpose, confidence, and love for yourself, you are not ready to attract a woman. And trying anyway, you're going to fail. Not like in some hypothetical way, but I mean that it's literally going to be painful, frustrating, and emotionally draining. I have been there myself, dude. I'm trying to save you the pain of that all. You'll start pushing women away without even knowing why. You're going to attract women temporarily, but the connection sometimes just won't stick. I've fallen into loops before of chasing validation and just feeling inadequate. And, guess what? You'll probably blame the women for being unfair when the real problem is that, you just haven't built the foundation yet. Focus on yourself. Build your life. I'm talking about literally everything, right? Your health, your skills, your career, your passions, relationships, your friendships. Everything, because attraction isn't something that you can just do to someone or just get. It's something that you naturally radiate when you have a full life. Women don't just fall in love with emptiness, right? So they don't respect a guy whose life revolves around her. They are wired to be drawn to strength, to stability, to someone who has control over his own life. And the irony is that when you stop trying to attract women, stop obsessing over them, stop chasing them, you start becoming that guy automatically. You stop acting needy, you stop over-texting, you stop overcompensating, and that's when you become self-contained and, honestly, just interesting to a woman. Now, I know some of you are thinking, yeah, but won't I be alone forever if I do this? No, that is just the blue pill bitch inside of you talking. Loneliness is not the enemy, it's more stagnation. Being ready for a woman isn't about filling some void in your life. It's about having your own life so full that anyone you bring into it becomes a bonus, not a necessity. You know what I mean? It's the cherry on top. The relationship shouldn't be the whole dessert. It is the cherry on top. That is the difference between a guy who is truly attractive and one who is not. Another thing to understand in all this is the role of self-discipline. You've got to be able to delay gratification and say no to the easy dopamine hit of texting or when you feel anxious and, saying no to chasing validation, right? This is basic neurobiology. Your PFC, prefrontal cortex, is literally your decision-making and self-control center. When you train it by putting your own goals first, you strengthen your own ability to stay focused. When you neglect it, well, you're just going to weaken your ability to attract because you're always constantly acting from reactive emotional states. And women pick up on this instantly and they do not like it. So yeah, I know it's tempting to try anyways, right? I get it. You see a girl you like, you want her attention, you want her validation, you want connection. But the reality is, if you try to force attraction before you're ready, you'll almost always fail, and it'll cost you more than just a failed date. It's going to cost you time, confidence, energy, and just emotional stability in general. That is why you need to put the work in first. And the work isn't fun. It's not romantic. It's not. It's hard. It's working up early, doing your routine, hitting the gym, and doing your work. It's consistent action day after day. That's what actually builds the foundation for true attraction. Once you have it, it radiates naturally. You don't have to even try. So the summary in this all then is stop chasing women, stop trying to attract, and stop doing all the manipulative dating hacks that influencers try to sell online. Focus on you, bro. Just build your own purpose, your own masculinity, your confidence, and your independence. Because once you learn polarity, you can understand what makes a woman actually respect you, and most importantly, live a full, intentional life. When you do that, attraction will just become effortless. Women are drawn to you naturally just through your energy. And you don't have to waste mental energy or emotional bandwidth pretending to be someone that you're not. Where it really comes in is when you're fully prepared, masculine, and fully independent. Then and only then will the attraction that you generate be meaningful, lasting, and impactful.